Okay, this is a 3090 RTX NVIDIA with an i7-8700K running 2160 interlaced on Dragon's Dogma 2. All options are set on to high with ray tracing. See here we've got a 2160 equivalent to 4K, I guess. Turn these off. Got this on quality. I've got this to off. Upscale sharpness is all the way. Image quality is all the way. Rendering mode, interlaced. Ray tracing on. These are off because DLSS is handling that. This is set to high, 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 on, off, on, off, off, high. I tried it on FSR3, similar FPS, but the picture looked worse. So Steam claims 30 frames
There are
per
useful
second.
ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we
Similar
see
setup.
if that ought to be found while we're here?
I'll wager I could make that
Right
shot.
outside the city.
I look forward to seeing your marksmanship.
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace? As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
I'll treat myself to a tickle before bed. Oh, there's something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
Still playable. I wouldn't call it barely playable. Like, I don't feel like it's horrible. But a lot of people are saying that when you walk into the city that the game freezes, crashes, you can't do anything. Again, this is at 4K with ray tracing on. See a little bit of issues, but people are rendering in. That's happening on the 4090 as well. Doesn't matter what you're playing with. Shimmering on the shadows. You know, screen tearing. Recommended specs are at 2080 with FSR3. I'm going to switch it to FSR3. Yeah, I feel like it's
Living's hard, but dreams are free, I say.
say it's similar. So this is running DLSS 2, so not everybody with the 20 series is going to be able to use it. I believe DLSS 2 is only running on a 3060 if I remember correctly, or 330 series or higher. But it's the same. So they're about 10% shy of what they're advertising. Maybe 15% shy of what's being advertised on the recommended specs, but it's very similar. It's very close, and I mean we're in the city, so